the success of this thing has been incredible in that community, and so we tried to introduce them to this community, and the feedback's been tremendous. Just a little background, the murals are really a great piece of art. And we've had some breakout meetings with groups like River Canyon Gallery, and we're looking to them as an advisor. So they had a great term that came up in one of our meetings was, we're trying to keep it not to be kindergarten art. We want it to look good for the community, but we also want it to be representative of the community. The initial goal last year was we were trying to do it as something to defray costs for the Harvest Festival at St. Mary's. That has now changed quite a bit. The proceeds will go for the youth ministries of St. Mary's and equally split with Joy International Jets Group. That's our team. And we feel that this is a good collaborative effort again on the beneficiaries of the project. Originally, the way the San Diego Ocean Beach community does it, they sell each 1 foot square for $10. The way they do it there, they paint the entire thing in one day. Well, the discussions we've had in this group and with the River Canyon Gallery and the church is we're going to roll this out as a project at Bailey Days, and we're going to have it continue through the entire summer. This will be a benefit to any business that wants to participate. It doesn't cost the business anything. And they have a line of people at their event. They've already had the squares pre-sold, what it's going to look like, and with the color palette. This was a great idea again from the River Gallery, is try to keep it to a single color and a single topic. Some of the examples of the murals in San Diego, you can see where they have great space, of course, on the buildings. There's an old car wash that's been beautified.
All right, sounds good, John. Bye-bye.
Here's how the plan has evolved. We're really counting on River Gallery, not for financial support, but for consulting. We want to come up with a topic for the first year's mural. We want to come up with a color palette. What's going to be the theme? One great one was a river runs through it. Thought that was a great thing for Bailey. The current plan is to roll it out during Bailey Days. And then a very important key for the chamber is I'm in charge of set up and tear down. Any business that wants to be involved, we will move this each weekend to that business to create foot traffic. We're going to sell squares. We're going to do the paintings, actually start filling in the blanks at Bailey Days. And then we'll have an event. We could have it, for example, at Rustic Station. We could have it at the River Gallery. I'll set it up. We'll have the team there selling the squares and demonstrating the painting of the squares. It's a great traffic generation for any business that wants to get involved. Then the final completion would be on August 25th at the Harvest Festival. That's when we would complete it and donate it to the community. And so the things we're looking for today, some of them we've already filled. Material donations, we've got all the hard donations taken care of as far as plywood, 2x4s, things like that. But we will be needing donations. Anybody that wants to get involved in helping to supply the paints. We're going to supply, it has to be an outdoor paint, it has to be technically correct for outdoor weather. Storage for the mural between events. Pat has already offered some garage space, so that one's already taken care of. Here's an important one. Any business that wants to get involved in this and have this displayed at their business on a Saturday or Sunday, please see me after the meeting so we can get you on the list early. We've already got some people that want it on their property, so let us know right away. we'll start scheduling that calendar. Then another one is the permanent resting place for the mural. That's kind of a critical one because we need to generate the size of the mural. Right now we have a template 20 by 6. Well, that may not fit on the first building, so we'll build it to fit that building. And that's critical right now. We've had a couple volunteers for that. We need to bring the committee together and choose where that first year's mural is going to be. So anybody that wants to get involved in that, put this on their building, let us know right away so we can start designing the size that we're going to be filling in. Any questions? Sir?
You're talking about permanent storage.
Temporary storage and then permanent.
Okay, what about the visitor place up on Delwood Square?
On the back of it?
Yeah.
Who owns the property?
I don't know.
Is it
Clint Scott.
Clint Scott?
We have the chamber stuff up there.
And how big, estimating wise, would you think that would be?
It's big.
Right here.
The space above the overhang.
Across from Gypsy down here.
The space above the overhang.
Beside it or something.
It's a 4x8 sheet. What's in there?
That's pretty small.
Does it have to be on the side of a building, or could it be like a screen wall somewhere? Because we have places in the middle of Main Street that
One thing we have to be careful of is if it becomes a billboard. If it becomes a billboard, then we bring Park County into it, which isn't impossible, it's just another hurdle.
Oh, you have a commissioner right over here, he can say yes.
It's not impossible, it's just another phase we have to go through if it's seen as a billboard. But any suggestions would be more than welcome.
What defines a billboard?
I think it's proximity to the road, correct?
Planning and zoning would have to respond to that.
Okay.
I'm sure if there's restrictions on signage and things like that, we can probably.
I'm thinking more of like, just hypothetically, we're on the, between the Conoco and the pea shelter, resale shop, there's like a yard there that we've been trying to find out who owns it and what could possibly be done with it, and there's a fence around it, and if we could have like a panel that was like fencing on one side of that or something like that, that's what I was thinking more of something.
Any suggestions, would you just write a map for us and then we'll pursue it? Okay.
Yeah, I think
That's near your area, isn't it?
I think the key will be to put some thought into it, and mention it to anybody else that you know that may have an opportunity, and then get with Joe to.
I had a gal come up last year and she offered 2 spots on her buildings. So she's not here today, but we'll get in contact with her again. But great question, Lynn.
What was the finished size of the one in San Diego?
On this, the one we have that we'd like to see happen is 20 by 6. That is 20 squares by 6 squares. It's 120 squares. That generates $1,200. That's $600 split between Joy International and St. Mary's Youth Ministries. So we'd like to keep it somewhere to that size. Then it's worthwhile. Plus, we feel the squares are going to fill up pretty quick. I've already had an idea. If it does go, a river runs through it, I need about 8 squares for a fly fisherman. So I'm going to buy those. So that depends on where we wind up, with the fee. Sir?
What's the intended lifespan on one of these murals?
Right now, different climate, but you still have issues. Out in Ocean Beach, they have saltwater issues. So their finish, their urethane finish is a little different than what we may wind up with. Right now, they've got them still 12 years. Now, they do get some maintenance. If you go on their website, you'll see that the groups maintain them throughout the year. They go back in, touch them up. Hopefully, we don't get any graffiti put on these. But, that's just like any risk you have. But there are paints that are specific to this climate, and a top coating, a clear top coating, they'll be required. But right now, they've been going 12 years is their oldest, and it looks just fine. Pat?
just as a fundraising idea, if you have adjacent squares, somebody wanted to buy 4 of them, you may want to raise the price on that, so that 4 adjacent squares for a bigger picture for a nonprofit or whatever.
You know, right off the bat, I just want to sell it. So it's a great idea, but you can see here, you know, somebody had a plan. They had to buy all these squares. So once we come up with the theme, and then we, you know, any square and any idea you have has to be run through our consultants. So we want it to look, it's going to be a quality thing that Bailey deserves.
The River Canyon Gallery is your consultant?
Yes.
Is there a specific person there that we should talk to?
Well, I'm not sure how how's the board shaping up, and last time we talked, there was a gal that you guys had in mind that was a painter that may have great input for us. I don't.
She's not in the gallery anymore.
Oh, okay. So,
How about Helen?
we're not quite sure. I need to touch base. It's been almost as long as this first meeting since we've spoken with River Canyon Gallery, but we need their expertise. That's what we're counting on, their guidance. Because they have great eyes for that kind of thing. Yeah.
So we contribute to the mural. Is there a place that you're gonna put, you know, the names of all the businesses that are involved in this, or?
We really don't. We only need contributions other than people buying squares. If you want to be part of the you know, contributing for paints, yes, that'll be listed. Not on the mural, but it'll be listed at the showings. You know, that business contributed, you know, to the paints.
The mural that
it won't be on.
But are you gonna have a list of the people who donated, you know, money to this, or who actually helped paint it, or?
If you buy a square,
Okay.
you could do that. See what I'm saying? But it would have to be, again, run through. It's not a billboard.
I understand, but in order for, I mean, I'm just thinking, okay, how am I gonna sell this to my corporate? You know, they're gonna want something that's gonna say.
What type of business do you have?
Mutual of Omaha Bank, you know, this is the list of donating.
You wouldn't have to donate anything, just sign up for a weekend, we'll set it up in your parking lot and create traffic for you. It's a generation for you, it's an engine for you to use. It doesn't cost you. But allowing us to set it up in your parking lot and sell spaces, that's a contribution as far as we're concerned. So you're not donating anything other than some space during a Saturday or a day that you want to create some foot traffic. That would be a great help. Any other questions?
It doesn't have to be business though, it can be a personal person that just wants to paint that.
Oh, absolutely. Hardly any of these are businesses. These are people that artists really get involved in this every year.
Because I wasn't sure if everybody understood, it doesn't have to be business.
Who does the painting?
The person who buys the square will submit their art for their square. It starts to develop. There'll be a small model. Okay, and it can also be done with computers, where we take their idea and we start putting in and filling in the squares. I didn't bring one of the slides. It shows one of the models. It's about this big, and they pre-build the whole grid. Then they start populating. So you know what it's going to look like before it's done.
Right, so each square could be a different picture, or are you trying to build a theme?
You saw some of the examples, some of the earlier ones, they were pretty mosaic. But you can still get away with that if you stay in the same color palette. I think with the kind of quality we have in this community, I think people are going to want to have it grow into more than one square and try to get their idea across.
Not yet.
And it all has to be approved before it's done.
Yeah, we're going to actually insert it and build it and have it all pre-done before it starts getting populated. Okay, sorry.
Thanks, Joe.
Sorry.